I'm opening, I'm opening to the Spirit of love. I'm opening, I'm opening, I'm opening to the Spirit of love. Let the love flow through me. Let the love flow through me. Let the love flow through me. I'm opening, I'm opening, I'm opening. Let the love flow through me. Let the love flow through me. Let the love. I'm opening, opening, opening. I'm opening, opening, opening. I'm opening to the Spirit of love, to the Spirit of love. Happy New Year, everybody. Looks like we made it. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. All my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for our people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. one day. That day is today. We have to decide today to make the difference. We have to be the light. We have to shine, no matter what, even if you don't feel good. Just put that smile on your face.
Make it today, today.
Today.
Right now, right now, right now.
Today.
Oh, 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 oh.
Today.
Oh, oh, oh.
We got to make it today. Today. Today's a new day. Today's a new day. Today. Today.
Press record.
Good morning. Happy New Year. It's so nice to see you all here. Thank you for being here in the sanctuary. For those of you who are online or watching during the week, thank you for being with us. We're so grateful for all of you in this new year. And if you're new to Unity, what we want you to know is that Unity is a global spiritual community welcoming people from all walks of life who are looking for a deeper experience and expression of spirit in their lives, looking for greater health, wholeness, and abundance, people looking for spiritual transformation and to do life better. We teach positive, practical spiritual principles, and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, know that you are welcome here. We're so blessed this morning to have with us Lisa Whitfield is joining me on the platform. Margot LeDuc is our soloist. Russell Norman's on piano. Ronnie Beck is on drums. And you are all our choir. Thank you so much for being here. And so we'll begin our service with our opening song. I'll invite you all to stand as Margot leads us in song.
Here we go. Letting go just a little bit, just a little bit more. Letting go just a little bit, just a little bit more. Help me let go, help me let go, help me let go just a little bit more. Help me let go, help me let go, help me let go just a little bit more. Letting go just a little bit, just a little bit more. Letting go just a little bit, just a little bit more. Help me let go, help me let go, help me let go just a little bit more. Help me let go, help me let go, help me let go just a little bit more. All right, thank you, God, for letting me wake up today. How about you? Can you say thank you? That's right. Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This wonderful, this wonderful, this wonderful day. Wonderful, this wonderful wonderful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this band. Woo! Good morning, Unity Palo Alto. It is great to see everybody here in person. Welcome to everybody who's watching on our live stream or later during the week. My name is Lisa Whitfield. I will be your platform assistant for this January 1st, 2023 Unity Palo Alto Sunny Day service. Huh? I've been waiting for that one, people. I've been waiting for that one. Well, we are part of a worldwide movement of prayer, publishing, and education, teaching positive, practical spiritual principles that you and I can apply every day to live a more joyful and abundant life. Unity is a spiritual movement. We are welcoming and inclusive, and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Now, we don't send you on that journey alone, right? We don't cancel that journey because of a snowstorm. We're taking the journey, okay? Nothing is stopping the journey. But we're going to take 5 core principles with us. The first is God is. There is only one power and one presence active in the universe and in our lives, God, the good omnipotence. And it doesn't matter what you want to call that. If you don't like God, if it makes you feel a little utsy, that's okay. Use allness, use the force, use universe. It's all the same because they all relate to our second principle, I am. God is the substance and intelligence innate in every person and in all creation. We are not separate from that allness. Our third principle is the law of mind action, which means where we put our focus and our energy is how we create reality. So a little story. I'm watching a YouTube video of an exercise coach the other day, just warming up, right? We don't have to do the exercise yet, right? That comes later? Okay. I'm just mentally warming up to the exercise. And she says, so don't say, oh, I have to go work out. Say, I get to go work out. I get to celebrate my mobility, whatever that is. And that really just shifts your focus, right? So that's what the third principle is all about. Now, sometimes you might have trouble kind of getting into that, making that shift. That's what the fourth principle is for. Practice, meditation, and affirmative prayer. Meditation and affirmative prayer are what connect us with the creative, constructive power of God to live in, through, and as us. And our fifth principle, which I like to call the secret sauce of unity, practical application. It's when we live according to these truths every day, that's how we become who we were created to be, living expressions of the image of God, which in unity we call the Christ. So when we put all of those 5 principles together, they help us to live out our vision statement here at Unity Palo Alto. I'm going to invite you to affirm it with me with zeal, people. It's 2023. Let's have some zeal. Ready? Together? Centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. Woo! Hey-o! And so it is. And now our call to worship.
As I say a tender yes to everything that comes to me, my heart is open, I am free. brings me to my knees. I surrender. I am free.
And now our reading from the Daily Word. Today's Daily Word is fresh start. I'm going to read our affirmation and then invite you to affirm it with me. Centered in God, I create a fresh new life. Together, centered in God, I create a fresh new life. I begin this year with renewed enthusiasm and a fresh perspective. I feel vibrantly alive as I realize that all the love, wisdom, energy, and strength of God are mine to express in my life right now. Grateful for the lessons of life experience, I release past disappointments with a forgiving heart. I find harmony in my relationships as I look beyond differences and focus on the divine life and love that unite all people. I go about my work seeking to serve others with a humble heart. I find ways to develop and evolve my skills and nurture my talents, allowing me to continue to learn and grow. This year, I will thrive in all areas of life as I feel God's presence everywhere I go and in everything I do. This is from Revelation chapter 21, verse 5. And the one who was seated on the throne said, "See, I am making all things new." Now a solo for Margot.
I release and I let go. Come on. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle. I'm gonna see the light, 'cause I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Sing it with me. I release. Yes. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free. I said I am free in the Spirit. Oh yeah, the Holy Spirit. I am only here for God. Yeah.
Well, good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year again. It's so nice to see you all here today. And thank you for being online with us. Did you all have a good New Year's Eve? All right, you're not too tired, it seems like. That's good. That's a good thing. Good to hear. Good to see. We had a nice New Year's Eve. Tiffany Ray and I went next door to our neighbors for a New Year's Eve party. It was a lovely time. There were 4 couples. We didn't know each other, but all of our kids kind of knew each other, and so they were all having a good time. And, I have to say, it was the best New Year's Eve party I had last year. It's a true story. And we started to talk about New Year's resolutions. Anybody have a New Year's resolution? Yeah, we've got some of those. And it was kind of funny because, at one point, one of the parents said, I want to hear the kids' New Year's resolutions in a very direct way. And one of the kids says, I'm going to stop biting my nails. It sounded more like a parent resolution than a kid's resolution. But, sometimes we have those kind of revolutions. And I don't know if these were theirs or whether they just heard about it, but someone, broke out a list of their resolutions. It said 2022 resolutions with the 2022 crossed out and 2023 and above it. Anybody have one of those kind of resolutions? One of my favorite resolutions, and again, I don't know whether this was her idea or not, but they're opening a new exercise club in January. You can subscribe to it and start working out. So everybody has those exercise goals, right? Or is it just me? Yeah, so in January, everyone signs up for the exercise club, and then by February, it converts into a bar. So I figured that was a pretty good business plan because, not that I ever went to that, took advantage of that 30-day trial and then signed up for a full year but only went twice. Not that I've ever done that. But so those were some of the things that we talk about at Christmas. And it's interesting, that list, right, from last year, that list from this year, and even that I'm going to stop biting my nails. What energy is that coming from? Can you feel that energy? Anybody want to take a guess of what energy that might be coming from? Shame. What was it? Lack and limitation. Something's wrong. Something's got to be fixed. Regret. Those are such motivating energies, aren't they? Doesn't that just make you want to really, carry that through the rest of your year? Well, today we're going to go through a process of creating a fresh start. Anybody want a fresh start today? All right, we got 3. Yeah, that idea of, and that's why I love this time of year, because it's natural for us. Your human consciousness wants to have a start time. Here's where I'm going to begin. And the problem is, a lot of times we don't ever begin, right? We're just still kind of moving along in the same old thought patterns. And so what we're trying to do here is really shift our thought patterns so that our behaviors start to change. That's what resolutions are really about. I'm going to start doing something different or being something different or taking on a different role. And so that today is really about creating space for that fresh start. Because you can't start unless there's space. You're too crowded with the old consciousness. We're too crowded with the old thoughts and the old beliefs and the old behavior patterns. Right? So we have to release those first and create space within ourselves so that a new consciousness can emerge. And this is true in all growth, in all spiritual growth. Some things need to die and be let go of. Some old beliefs, some old patterns, some things that we're holding on to that we're ready to let go of, that we consciously let go of so that we can create the space to create something new within us. We have to release the old consciousness of attachment so that a new consciousness of being can emerge. So we were releasing the old consciousness of attachment so a new consciousness of being can emerge. I give up on my clicker. So, what kind of attachments are we holding on to? What are the things that we're holding on to? One of the big attachments that we hold on to in life are the issues that we have, right? Are the challenges that we have, all of the things that are going on in life. Anybody have things going on in life? I think we all do. Yeah, that's just part of this experience. But when we get so attached to them and attached to the things of the past, then they become our lens, as Lisa was talking about, that lens through which we see the world. And so we need to release our attachments to all of those things that have happened to us in the past. This quote by Eckhart Tolle from A New Earth: "Awakening to your life's purpose. The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it." The cause of our unhappiness is never the situation, but our thoughts about it. It's how we see our life. It's the meaning that we're giving to all of the things that are happening. So what things are happening in your life that you're ready to release? Right? What things are happening in your life that you're giving meaning, your power over to? Thinking about them over and over again, creating that sense of frustration and resentment and hurt and despair because we're so attached to those things. So create space by letting go of some of those. All of our anxiety and fears are about repeating all of those things in the future. So we're taking from the past and we're applying them to the future. And that's where our anxieties and our fears and our struggles come from. So can we release our attachments to those things, those situations, those ideas, so that we can make space for something new to emerge? How about the attachment to the old way of it? Everyone take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. Because we are creatures of habit. And our habits, drive a lot of our unconscious behaviors. And we get attached to the glory days of the past. And we get attached to the things we loved in the past. And if only things were like that again today. But they can never be like that, because today is a new day. I think it was Maya Angelou who says, "This day has never been done before. This is a brand new day. I've never seen this day before. Have you?" No. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new opportunity. And so being willing to let go of the way it was, being willing to let go of the things that are holding us back from expressing and experiencing something even greater, allowing that something to emerge. Louise Hay says, "The point of power is always in the present moment." Your point of power, your spiritual power, your personal power always exists right here. It's right now. And it comes through the thoughts and the words that we think about. It comes through the things that we hold. And so if we let go of the attachments of the way things were, we allow a new consciousness to be born in us, a new fresh start. How about the attachment to being right? I'm not sure I like this one very much. Releasing our attachment to being right. Releasing our attachment to, only having, one way of doing things. This happens a lot in this thing called religion, right? Because I think a lot of people have a genuine waking up experience. A lot of people have a genuine spiritual experience where they are feeling and immersed and saying, "Oh, this is it. And how I got here was this, and this must be the only way to do it." But there are many paths to that allness of life, love, and wisdom. There are many paths to that experience of health, wholeness, and abundance. And if we honor each other's paths, then we reduce the war, the violence, the hatred, all of those things that we've done, all in the name of God, all in the name of love, because it's all misguided. Because we think this is the only way to do it, and you better do it my way. And the only reason I know that is because I've been able to look at myself and say, "Oh, this is how I got here. Let me try that again. Let me try that again." And then all of a sudden I got there without trying. I got there just by walking around. A lot of it, my first awakening experience was at age 14 through meditation and affirmative prayer. And it was amazing. And I think that's when I got the calling that I'm going to be on the stage pointing in a direction. But then I realized, I get it sometimes just by going on a walk, going on a hike, feeling my experience of oneness with the world, being in the world, but not being dragged down by it, not being of it, just being in it and allowing that oneness to be the experience of it. Eckhart Tolle said, being spiritual has nothing to do with what you believe and everything to do with your state of consciousness. So it's not there's only one way to pray. It's not there's only one way to experience God. But rather it's an open state of consciousness. It is a consciousness of God, a consciousness of spirit, a consciousness of love and peace. Of all of those attributes that we like to frame this word called God, which is the allness of life, love, and wisdom, because God, as Lisa said, God is within you, like the ocean is in the wave. There's no separation. And this energy is all around us. Spirit is moving, that energy is moving through us. And so when we open ourselves to that understanding, then everything becomes spiritual. Spirituality isn't a religion. Spirituality is a state of consciousness, is a way of being immersed in the allness, in all of the suchness. So allowing yourselves to be present, to be that expression in all of it. That state of consciousness. And here's my favorite, our attachment to fixing. Anybody a fixer? Yeah. I'm a Fixers Anonymous. You know, I have let go of trying to fix things. For a long time, that's how I found my sense of self-worth. You know, I could do something. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. And I figured I'm a jack of all trades because I'm a master of divine idea. I'm a master of divine intelligence. I'm a master of just allowing things to come through. And so I can do a lot of stuff. And by fixing or solving someone else's problem, that gave me a sense of self-worth. But where am I placing my self-worth? Out there. What happens if I can't fix it? What happens if there's no appreciation for what I did? What happens if, you know, something else breaks? Or it breaks again? Where's my self-worth? This idea of fixing comes from what we talked about earlier. A consciousness of lack and limitation. A consciousness of it's broken. So if you're coming from the awareness of it's all broken, you know, obviously everything needs to be fixed. So what are we seeing in the world if we're coming from a consciousness of it's broken? We find everything that we think is broken. What if nothing is broken? What if nothing is broken? I think it was Eckhart Tolle who said, you know, everything in here, everything that you're experiencing is for you. And how do you know it's for you? Because you're experiencing it. Because it's there in front of you. So what does that mean? It's for you. Instead of being broken, instead of there being something that needs to be fixed, maybe everything is an evolutionary driver. Think about that for a moment. This stuff that's happening out there, you know, isn't bad. It's just an evolutionary driver to help me grow in consciousness, to help me let go of the things that I'm attached to, so I can make space for a greater self-awareness, for a greater awareness of all of the good that we have in our lives. So just take a moment now to think about all of the good that you have in your life. Take another moment. Is it becoming difficult? What's edging it out? All of the things that need to be fixed. All of the stuff that's broken. All of the things we need to do. All of our attachments, our fears from the past, or fear about the future, is all pushing out all of the good that we already have in our life. And the more we come to life from that consciousness of seeking the good, of having space for good, the more of the good we will experience and that we will see. It was Thich Nhat Hanh that said, people have a hard time letting go of their suffering. Out of a fear of the unknown, they prefer suffering that is familiar. It's another way of saying, we become addicted to our pain. Our suffering, our stories become who we are. It's not the truth of who we are, it's just the persona that we've adopted. Because the truth of who we are lies behind all of those stories. The truth of who we are is that you are a spiritual being. You are the child of the Most High. You are the spark of divinity. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. And can you hear that without saying, yeah, but look at all these things in my life? See, all of this old attachment consciousness prevents us from growing, prevents us from transforming, prevents us from evolving into something new, into a greater experience, and to have a greater experience of life. I'll take an order of that secret sauce, please, because it does take practice. It takes practice. Anybody who's had like this waking up experience knows that, there are things that I need to do and continue to do to continue to have those waking up experiences. I may have it once, and then I set it down, and then I come back to it and pick it back up. And there's nothing wrong with that. When we forget, when we get lost in the attachments, the last thing we want to do is to start shaming ourselves about it, because that just brings us all the way back to it's all broken for our pain and suffering. So this is an opportunity today for a fresh start. Our mission statement here is to transform lives. Is to transform lives and to inspire people to do good things in the world, to create good things in the world, to be a positive force in the world. That's really what we're here about, is to help you transform your life. And the first step in that fresh start is by letting go and giving yourself some space, a little inner space. Creativity can't happen unless you give it time. So much of our day is blocked by all of the things and the stuff that we don't really have time to be and think and allow and unfold. And so it does take a little practice. And what I love about it's usually the last Sunday of the year, but because that was Christmas, it's now the first Sunday of this year, is our Burning Bowl service. We get to we'll go through a process of discerning what's blocking us from experiencing the good in our life. We go through the process of discerning what I'm willing to let go of this year. And, a month from now, after your 30-day trial membership runs out, and you're back to where you were, it's another opportunity to let go. Releasing and letting go, it's kind of an ongoing process. It's an ongoing experience. And it's what Charles Fillmore, one of the co-founders of the Unity Movement, talked about as denials. Now, today we talk about being in denial, and it has a completely different meaning, but denial or renunciation is the letting go of something that's blocking our good. Letting go in consciousness so that a new consciousness can emerge. And in that letting go, we are reclaiming our power. All of the power that we're giving to those stories of suffering, all of that energy that we've been spending on that, how has that affected your life? What if you could use that power to create something good? To be the light, to just be, a more joyful presence. It's a choice. It's not always easy, and we come back around the circle, and when we awaken to the fact that we're back there, it's another choice to let go, to release. It's another choice, it's another opportunity for a fresh start. Letting go of old thoughts in order that new thoughts may be placed in our consciousness. So we're going to go through a process in a moment of discerning what those old thoughts are. And you should have received a little envelope when you walked in. If you didn't, raise your hand, and Karen or Lisa will hand you an envelope. There are a few in the back there. Thank you. Nice to see you, Laura. Welcome. And inside the envelope, there's a pencil It's a little pencil, and there's a piece of paper. It's a little piece of paper. Oh my gosh, it's so little. I have such a story. So why is it little? I just gave you the answer. If it's big, we're going to go into the story. If it's big, we're going to start explaining why, my suffering is so great. If it's big, we're going to, and that's going to re-trigger us, right? Anybody ever experienced that? We start to dig into the story, and all of a sudden, boom, we're right there again. So we keep it small and simple. Now, you can write really small if you want, or you can use one word or one phrase to represent that which you want to release today. And we'll go through that discernment process, and when you're ready, you can write it down. And at the end of the meditation, what we'll do is we'll invite everyone to go out, to come forward and go out this front door, and we'll have a little pot out there with fire, so be careful. It's going to be monitored by our dear friend, Kent Whitfield. Fire. So Kent will be assisting you, so there's no need to place your hand in the bowl. You can just kind of let it go and release it. Symbolically release it and allow it to disappear. Allow it to go away. It's a wonderful symbolic experience to just allow that which you're ready to release to let go, to give yourself a fresh start. You can come back in through the back or through the side door, and when you get back to your seat, while everyone else is doing their thing, take the pencil, and you notice at the top is what we call a prayer request. This is an opportunity for you to affirm what you want to create in that space. So if I'm releasing fear, for example, I might want to create and affirm self-confidence. If I'm releasing an old habit, I might want to affirm a new habit. Affirmative prayer is all about putting the focus, our energy, our consciousness in what we want to create, not what we want to get rid of. You've already burnt it. So there's no reason to pray for it. Rather, we affirm the truth of our being, that we are holy, that we are whole spiritually, that we are beautiful, that we are blessed, that we are grateful. So I'll invite you to create your affirmative prayer, and then you can just slip it into the back of the box, or you can go, if you're online, you can go onto our website and click on the prayer request and put your affirmative prayer there. And we will hold these in prayer for the next 30 days, and at the end of the month, we'll send it to Silent Unity. It will be held in 24-hour prayer for another 30 days. Holding it in that prayer consciousness, that idea of affirming your truth. Any questions? No questions. I did a good job on explaining. So let's take a moment. Actually, let's go to our affirmation. Let's start there. And I love this affirmation from the Daily Word, a fresh start. I'm going to read this, then invite you to affirm it with me. Centered in God, I create a fresh new life. Together, centered in God, I create a fresh new life. And so it is. Centered in the allness of life, centered in divine love, centered in divine intelligence, centered in the isness, centered in the power, the strength of the Spirit, centered in the universe. Whatever words you want to use, centered in my highest self. I co-create a world that works for all. Centered in my highest self, I create a fresh new start and a fresh new life. Let's take that into our time of meditation and affirmative prayer. So I invite you to just take a nice, deep, cleansing breath and to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or soften your gaze. And as you breathe, just put your focus on your breath. Take some mindful breaths. And if you sense any stress or strain in your body or your thoughts or your emotions, put your attention on your feet. wiggle your toes, and feel the earth beneath you. Feel a sense of groundedness and allow that tension, that anxiety, that fear to just drift away. And as we breathe into our heart space, feeling our heart open. Feeling our mind open to divine intelligence. And as we open to divine love, we allow that harmonic energy of spirit, that harmony to move through us, to reveal in us that which we are ready to release. In your mind, you might see that idea, that belief, that thing that you're ready to release, maybe encapsulated in a bubble. Allow it to become separate from you as you create space within you for divine love, for the harmony and peace of spirit. And as we breathe into this present moment, we allow that idea that we're ready to release to form in words as we rest in the stillness. And when you're ready, you can begin writing on that little tiny piece of paper that which you are ready to release in this moment, as we rest in the stillness of the silence. As you begin to write, allow yourself to release just a little bit more, to let go just a little bit more. Whatever it is that we're releasing is now being transferred into that paper. A wonderful metaphor for letting go. And as you're writing, and if you finish, just allow yourself to relax. Feel the release in your body. Feel the release in your mind. Breathe into this space, new life. A fresh start begins in this very moment. And in that space, begin to allow your good to form. What do you want to fill it up with? What do you want to hold in your heart and in your consciousness in this next month? Feel the release as your body relaxes a little bit more, as your mind and heart settle. And as you relax, as you release, we'll begin the process in a moment of coming forward. We'll start on the front rows as soon as our fire attendant is ready. We'll come down the center aisle and move to the doors. And you can take your time so you're not standing out there in the cold. And so I'll invite our front row here to stand. You can head out the door there that Kent is opening. And as you let go, just feel the release. Feel free to come forward when you're ready. Yeah, you can come forward. You can come forward when you're ready. When you return, you can begin writing your affirmative prayer, filling yourself up with good, with grace, with self-confidence, with faith, with joy, with love. Feel the release and the relaxation as you let go just a little bit more. As you begin to create that space within you. And in this stillness, just take a moment to feel that space within you. And to remember that every day we can consciously let go of that which we are holding on to, that which we are attached to. Every day, if we find ourselves grasping onto it, just set it down. Without any blame, shame, or guilt, just allow it to let go. And as we release, we fill ourselves up with good. We fill ourselves up in that space with light, with love, with wisdom. We allow that energy to fill us. And when you're finished with your affirmative prayer request, again, I invite you to place it in the silver box in the back of the sanctuary. And we will hold you in prayer and place it in our prayer box throughout the month. And if there's somebody who you hold in prayer, I invite you to bring their name to mind or say their name out loud now. And for all of the prayers that we've written down and all of the prayer requests that have come in online or through our prayer box in here, we affirm that divine love is doing its perfect work here and now, harmonizing every situation, uplifting every person to discover that spiritual magnificence that's within them, so that they can release and let go and fill themselves up with divine love, with peace, with harmony. We hold the same prayer for our world, national, state, and local leaders, seeing them making wise and loving decisions for peace on earth, goodwill, equality, and justice. And for this time together, for this shared spiritual experience, for this expression of love that we have created. We celebrate by singing the Alleluia. And with a nice deep cleansing breath, we return our attention to this space, to this time, as we allow that healing, harmonizing energy to flow through us this day. Unity Palo Alto is here to help you transform, to help you discover that spiritual magnificence within you, and to inspire you to do good things in the world. We are here because of your generous donations. There's so many ways in which you can support us. We're at the end of our pledge drive, and if you'd like to support our pledge drive for 2023, you can go to our website at unitypaloalto.org/pledge and fill out a pledge request, a pledge, what's it called? A pledge card. Thank you. Thank you very much. Fill out a pledge card. There's so many ways in which you can support our spiritual community. And if you would like to give a donation here in the sanctuary, again, you can use the silver box in the back of the sanctuary that says love offering. You can place your love offering in there, or you can give us a gift online. But however you decide to give with love. For it's the manner in which we give to the world that we receive from the world. And so when we give with love in our heart, with whatever we're doing in life, then we will receive that tenfold. The affirmation that we say is on the screen, and I invite you to affirm it with me. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that have me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh yes, I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Gone all the dark clouds that have me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Let's take the first verse again and sing along with me. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone all the dark clouds that have me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, 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 it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
come on, one more time for the musicians. Woo! Okay, so my husband and I were out of town, and we missed the Christmas lighting service. We were at a different church, and that was lovely, but I got to tell you, this place has some joy and some warmth that is, you don't see that every place. So I want us to take a time, just take your hand on your heart. We're just going to take 10 seconds here. Just take a deep breath and just really sink into that appreciation for the connection that we have here at Unity Palo Alto. Whether you're here, whether you're watching us online, whether you're watching later in the week, we have a lot to feel in gratitude for. Okay, now come on back, because we got a couple of things to talk about. There are many ways for sacred service and spiritual growth here at Unity Palo Alto, starting with next week. You think this was great. We got a release, and then next week we're going to affirm. Next week, January 8th is our Whitestone service. So these two kind of go hand in hand, right? We release, and then our Whitestone service, if you've never been to it, it's great. We affirm kind of how we want to be, how we want to show up in the coming year. And you literally get a little white stone and get to write a little word on your white stone. So that'll be next Sunday at the regular time at 10 a.m. The other announcement I have for today is that we want to say a quick but very heartfelt thank you to our longtime bookstore volunteer, Mary McMahon. Woo, Mary! Mary has been rocking that bookstore house ever since we came back from COVID, but she has moved on to other volunteer opportunities, and so we are looking for another bookstore volunteer. And I guess, John, if people have interest in that. Oh, there's a sign-up sheet in the bookstore. Hey, what a great place to go find out about the bookstore volunteer opportunity. We really, really have a great bookstore, and it's a fun thing to do to help out. And then Reverend John would like to make an announcement.
I do. I want to ask Karen Friedman to come forward. Can you hustle on down here? I know you're way in the back. Can I have that?
Yep, sorry.
That's good. So I just want to tell you, everyone, a couple of things. Come on. Don't trip. Slow down. Move faster. So we have a couple of things that I'd like Karen to talk about. You have two things coming up. First off, you're running, walking. So tell us about your half marathon and what you like to do.
Oh, hi, everybody. Happy New Year.
Hold it closer to your mouth.
I am walking in a half marathon on February 5th. I've been training for it, 13.1 miles in San Francisco. And what I've inspired to do was to turn it into a fundraiser. So there is, I guess the way to do it is to
You can go online to our website.
Online. There's a big blue button now that's on the website that says Give. If you're interested in sponsoring me, any amount, I'm going to be doing this, and to add some fun and encouragement from you guys, I've just turned into a fundraiser. So click on the big blue button on the website, and John has given me a special button. I think it says Karen's Half Marathon Fundraiser. So if you want to make a donation of any amount is welcome. Click on that, and I'll let you know how I do. So.
And the other thing is, you may not know this, but in February we have an event coming here that's a special event, and Karen is basically our producer for this event. So tell us more about what's happening.
Oh, some of you have heard. I think I shot out some emails. If I have your email address, if you're on the directory, you might have gotten an email from me yesterday or even this morning. I sent out some more. On February 11th, we're going to have a special event here coming to Unity Palo Alto. We're bringing a play here. 22 professional actors are going to be coming here and act. And the topic of the play is it's a historical theater. They're going to be recreating the courtroom drama for the Supreme Court decision Brown versus the Board of Education. In 1954, segregation, school segregation was still legal. Separate but equal, remember that? It was still legal. So in 1954, the Supreme Court outlawed that. And what's going to be coming here is a recreation of that courtroom. And so we're going to be able to witness that. And I know I saw the play up in Alameda over the summer. It was quite inspiring to see and hear the expert witnesses that were describing the actual harm that was done to the children by being separate, by racial separation, racial segregation. So it's free. We've been able to manage so that we can offer it for free. Donations will be welcome. What else, John, do I need to say?
Oh,
anyway,
the date?
Oh, February 11th. My half marathon is on the 5th, and the following Saturday is the play. So and it's, oh, thank you, Linda. The play itself will be 7 to 9. It's a 2-hour production. Prior to that, at 6:15, we're going to have a Q&A with the author and the director, Dr. Cindy Acker. Is the author and the director of this play. And she'll be doing a Q&A starting at 6:15, then the play at 7, and then there'll be another Q&A with the cast after. So,
thank you so much, Karen. Give her a big round of applause.
Okay, a lot going on. So for more on these and many other opportunities going on here at Unity Palo Alto, you can check out our website at unitypaloalto.org. And of course, all of our social media channels, because we're so hip and happening here at Unity Palo Alto. It's the first Sunday of the year and the month, which means it's Birthday Sunday. So if you have a January birthday, we invite you to stand. Come on, you get to stand. You can come up here if you want. But we are going to sing to you. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you're wonderful. Happy birthday to you. And now, please stand for our peace song.
And now our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful week and Happy New Year.